Practice with products and quotients of powers. So, what we're going to do is we're going to practice some of these. Remember, numbers are going to be dealt with normally, so this coefficient of 2 is fine. Here, well, 4 minus 0 is going to be 4. And negative 1 minus 16 will be negative 17. And then if we're writing it with positive exponents, we'll need to put that in the denominator. So this will be our final answer. That's supposed to be a 17 there. All right, here we can do 2 divided by 2 and get 1. Look at all the u's. We have u to the negative third and u to the, oh, there's nothing there, so that's u to the first. So negative 3 minus 1 is u to the negative fourth. The numbers are 4, because 2 divided by 2, or 2 times 4 is 8, divided by 2 is 4. V cubed divided by v cubed is 1. And then we're left with v cubed, so we can say this is 4v cubed over u to the fourth. Here we see the same base multiplied, which means we add the exponents. If this is the case, if these are equal, then the exponents should be equal if the entire expressions are equal. So we can solve this equation by adding x to both sides. X plus x is 2x. Subtract 3. Divide by 2. Get x equals 4. Here we have division, which means that we keep the base the same and subtract the exponents. So now we can say that those are equal. T minus 5 minus t equals 10. So t minus 5 plus t equals 10. We can solve this. Adding 5 to both sides gives us 2t equals 15. Divided by 2 gives t equals 7.5. This is a little more confusing. But these are multiplied together, so we add those exponents. And then we will subtract this from it because it's divided. So 10 to x plus 2x is 3x minus the negative x equals 100. 3x minus negative x is positive 4x. And 100, well, 100, we're trying to say 10 to some power. Well, 10 to the second power is 100. So we can rewrite 100 as 10 squared. Now we can set those exponents equal and say 4x equals 2. Dividing by 4 gives x equals 1/2. Ugh! Okay, now when you start seeing things like this, well, I like to look at it one type of thing at a time. So let's look at the numbers first. 12, 6, and 4. So 12 divided by 4 is 3, and 3 times 6 is 18. Next piece, let's look at the x's. So x squared, x to the negative third, x to the seventh. So we're doing 2. Let me write this out. We're doing 2 plus negative 3, and then because this is in the denominator, we're subtracting the 7. For the p's, we have 7th, we have the 5th, and the negative third. So p to the 7th plus to the 5th, and because it's the denominator, we're subtracting. Lastly, we have t. So we have t to the negative 14th plus 2 minus 5. So now let's simplify those exponents and we'll be all set on this problem. This will be 2 minus 3 is negative 1, minus 7 is negative 8. P7 plus 5 is 12, plus 3 is 15. Negative 14 plus 2 is negative 12, minus 7 is negative 17. So this all simplifies to 18. The other positive exponent is p to the 15th. and because these are negative, they're going in the denominator with a positive exponent. X to the 8th and t to the positive 17th. I believe this is the last slide. C b to the negative 5th times b to the 4th over c to the negative 1st b cubed. Well, this is the same thing as writing this over 1. C is the same thing as c to the 1st. So now we can look at all the c's together. The c to the 1st and c to the negative 1st. We're subtracting them because one's in a numerator, one's a denominator. C to the 2nd. Now we're multiplying, so we'll add those. Negative 5 plus negative 4 is negative 1. Minus 3 is negative 4. So that ends up being c squared b to the 4th over b to the 4th. And then lastly, here, these exponents will be added because the pieces are multiplied. And now we can say the exponents should be equal, so t plus 24 equals 5t. Subtracting t from both sides gives 24 equals 4t. So that means that t equals 6. Thanks.